we know that multiple people came over there with HIV. We know that multiple people came over there with herpes. But I was thinking to myself, like, goddamn, what if some people came over there clean and Nature Boy giving motherfuckers shit and then got them thinking that they came over there with some shit? And so, the fact that we know people have been coming in and out of that camp with HIV and herpes, that's not up for debate. But the main thing is Nature Boy has had sex with at least goddamn 90% of the girls that came through that camp, whether they was his wives or not. And then he passed them off to all of the other niggas that is still in that camp. And so Nature Boy needs to get the test. Period. Because Nature Boy is going to prove if disease exists amongst that camp. Because we're not going to test one motherfucker for him to say, oh, well, they got it, but I ain't got it. No, nigga, we need to test you. Because when we test you is going to lead us to the possibilities of everybody else having either herpes or HIV if they have not already admitted it out their goddamn mouth.
And that was a problem for me because I didn't like that shit. And I always told him about what I felt. Yeah, I have gotten into polygamous relationships with him with all of those women in carbonation. Maybe a few no, but majority of them, yeah. Because I wanted to appeal to something that I didn't agree with. If you ever try to like go against what he's saying, he'll be like, well, you knew what I was getting into before this and that. You knew I was polygamous.
When she met me, I was polygamous. She knew that. Now all of a sudden, first day back with Aya and Eliana, doesn't want to be in a polygamous relationship. 8 months pregnant. We're going to go downstairs and we're going to talk about it. Meeting in the living room. Real nigga moment. What's going on? Everybody good? Yeah. Alright, gather around. We're in the bathroom and all of a sudden Eliana got a little attitude and I'm trying to figure out like what's wrong, like what's going on with you, you know what I mean? She says, what?
Basically, I was just explaining to him the conflict that I feel when it comes to being in a polygamous relationship. I don't like it. Like, it has nothing to do with the other woman. I just don't like it. I feel like I don't like it. And I tried to hide it, but sometimes I feel like I just cannot shake it. Like, shake the unhappiness that I feel when I'm in a polygamous relationship. Like, I don't like the way you smell when you have sex with the other woman. I'm completely turned off. Like, I don't want to touch you. I just don't desire to do it. And I don't desire to be with the other person either. Like, I don't want to be with the other person either. Like, I just I don't feel like I want to.
And my response to that is, this is what I get for dealing with someone inexperienced, immature, that don't know who the fuck they are. And I mean that in front of the world.
I feel like I understand where both of you ladies are coming from. I feel like you are capable of change and you would like to change as well. I just feel like you are dealing with things that you haven't dealt with before coming there. But being as though now you are able to face it, hopefully you can change. And it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, you're going to have to be dedicated, like fully dedicated. And it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to deal with whatever comes your way, pretty much, because you put yourself in this situation. Even though it may not completely be your fault, it's a learning process. It's a learning process. So now it's just your job to fix it. How do you plan on dealing with it?
I'm prepared to deal with it by taking it one day at a time and actually communicate everything that I'm feeling, everything that comes to my mind, everything that, because that's just the big issue is that I'm not communicating.
The man that I am deserves more than one wife. I'm a natural man. And it is a man's nature to spread, especially a man like me as an alpha, to have. I demand multiple women.
If that's going to be a trigger, it seems like you need to accommodate instead of doing what you want to do. You know what I
No,
mean?
the trigger needs to be overcame, period. Stop running.
Right.
I'm not going to
Right.
accommodate. You need to overcome those, period. Ain't no excuse. We need to grow up. We need to motherfucking mature. We have to overcome these generations because that's our journey. We're not here to fucking accommodate or get, excuse me, or is that bothering you? Let me get your house.
So what
No,
you're saying
we're
is that
here to
you
face
don't.
that shit and overcome it and grow through it and become more. Now, what you see with Eliana, people saying she's not polygamous today, she won't be polygamous tomorrow, she'll never will. Well, that's what you say. Keep watching. This is what she was meant to do. You ain't, and you can say I don't let them speak, but I can speak for my wives when I speak because we're one. Am I right?
Right.
You feel me? I can speak for my wives because I can speak for Carbonation because we're one mind, one self. Now come a little closer.
Peace Reflections.
Peace, what's going on? Come on.
Okay.
Throw the thing up.
Hi, Nana.
Peace
I
Reflections.
know you're not in the mood, honey. I can see it on your face.
It's not that I'm in the mood. It's just that he's just he's just being aggressive for no reason. It's not serious. It's not that serious. Like I feel like I'm answering the question, but he think I got an attitude.
It is
I don't
serious.
have an attitude.
It is serious.
It's not that serious.
It is serious. It's very serious.
She said, hi.
Your behavior has to change. It's very serious.
I'm literally talking to them, like literally.
You have to talk to them. You have to face your
so
demons.
why
You have
do
to do
think
this.
that I have an attitude?
But I'm saying that you have to do this without an attitude. Nigga, you know who I was.
Yeah, I knew that you were polygamous, but the way that you do polygamy is wrong as fuck. And you need to go sit down somewhere because that is not healthy at all. I don't care who in their right mind think that any woman in a righteous place or a conscious place should not know who her baby father is okay.
Question, if it turns out that it's your baby, like how are you guys going to handle the situation?
Oh, unfortunately, we would be together. No, she would be my wife then. But we'll take her as my wife. But even then, I don't know if that going to work for long anyway. But
it would be awkward.
It would be very awkward. And that's why we want to say that the universe wouldn't do us like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody said, "True, look upset." You know,
Based off what inclination? Look the same way though.
No, you're just tight. I guess that's why people are interpreting it that way.
He's trying to read the comments. That's all. It's a
So,
small
True,
thing.
what do you think? What do you think about the situation? What do you think?
I think that the baby's mine.
He said it like it was a microphone here. He was like, "The baby's mine."
Okay, so if it turns out that it's yours, you and her would be together. She wouldn't be able to stay with.
And we don't even know if that's even possible. Because these motherfuckers love each other so bad. So good.
I know. So
that would be some crazy shit. If the universe did us like that. But then again, the universe gave me a girl. So I don't. Goddamn.
I wanted to know, how does Sheba feel about the possibility of going back with Chief?
We going on Maury.
I mean, it's something that I've already thought about and we've already talked about, so it's not it wouldn't be a shock. It would just be.
It would be for about 2 days.
Yeah, but it would just be different. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know.
Right, well, we gonna keep that positive energy.
It would be what it was needed. Like, I can't even. I would just be very allowing.
She would be right back with him.
What?
You would? You wouldn't?
No. How would that? No. Like, if that was what it was, if it was.
Man, if the baby is mine, the baby gonna have 2 fathers.
But I wouldn't.
And we gonna be in a polygamous relationship, and she gonna have 2 husbands.
I couldn't even tell you.
How about that one? She gonna have 2 husbands.
Is that?
How about that one? She gonna have 2 husbands. I'm gonna be her husband, and he gonna be her husband, and we gonna share the child. How about that one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's
She gonna have 2 husbands, and that's gonna be that. Because guess what? If the child is mine, they bond ain't gonna stop. So shit, you might as well have 2 goddamn husbands. If you think about it, because you ain't gonna stop loving him. You feel what I'm saying? You might as well make another baby with him. And you got 2 husbands. You got 1 baby with Chief and the rest of your children with him. If it happened like that, don't that make sense?
I don't know. Well, if you say so.
You're absolutely right about that. I don't mind it. I don't mind it because you done had sex with both of us already. Shit. What's gonna be the difference? You got a bond with him. You have sex with me every now and then. That's it. You fuck me every now and then, and you have a bond with him.
Chief,
I'm just being real with you. I'm just being real with you. Every now and then, she just want to come, give me, have sex with me, and then go back to having a relationship with him, just to piss him off and to make the relationship better. She wanna say fuck you to make him mad. Come to me, and I'm like, yeah, she my wife for 2-3 days. Then we do our thing. He hear us having sex, and he like, I want her back.
True is not feeling that.
You don't like to hear us having sex, and so he said, I want her back. I said, all right. He said, you want her back? He like, I do miss him. All right, cool. Y'all go back together, and they be happy-go-lucky. How many times we did this? 3 times, man. We done been back and forth 3 times, man. So you got 2 husbands. That's it. For all the women out there that been wanting to see that, there you go, right?
And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm throwing shots, and I'm sorry if you feel like I'm exposing you or whatever the case may be, but that shit ain't right. And I wasn't having it. I wasn't about to sit there and continue to let women come in my life just to watch him fuck.
Nah, Sheba was mine way before True came along. What are you talking about? Do your fucking homework, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Sheba was mine, you stupid motherfucker. Sheba was mine before this nigga ever came along. I was fucking Sheba. I broke her virginity. We was no fucking True. True came along way after I broke her virginity. Fuck is you talking about? And they liked each other, so I said, go ahead. And she left, she came back to me, and I hit it again, and then she wanted to go back, and I go, little bitch, go wherever you want to go. Like, I don't fucking play that shit, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on that, my nigga. Nah. Zoka was good. She cool. Like, that's just her and Solar have a connection, bro. Like, you can't, what God put together, what the universe put together, may no man take apart. They just have a connection, bro, that you don't want to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of person that violate a nigga. Like if that's for you, I'm like, yo, that's yours. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna violate that. You feel me? Like, that's just how I'm built. I'm a righteous dude. You feel me? So, like, if that's yours, and I know that's yours, I'm not gonna touch that. That's yours. You feel me? Like, I'm just not built like that. No matter what you think about me or whatever, I'm not built like that. That's his woman. You feel me? Like, that's it. You feel me?
So when I first got out there, I went out there with a young lady. You understand what I'm saying? And this young lady, we was in the United States together, and we vibrated out of here together. So as soon as we got there, though, it's like he preyed on her mind in a certain way. Like, he saw she was mentally weak, if you understand what I'm trying to say. And so he was just getting at her. You understand what I'm saying? But someone like myself is like, I wasn't really pressed because of that. I was just like, damn, if she's willing to go with him and she just got here with me, then that was never mine to begin with. You understand? I knew enough to have that type of discernment in my own mind. But I in my heart, I was like, that shit wrong. That was some fuck shit.
So basically, I could follow. You went down there with a female.
Facts.
And Nature Boy tried, because he go at everybody, girl.
He pressured her into actually doing something she wasn't really agreeing with. So I seen that in her, and I kind of felt bad for the girl. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my heart melted. I was like, yo, that's wrong. And she wasn't. So
long story short, he pressured her into having sex with somebody.
I don't know what they did because they was in their privacy. You know what I'm saying? But we can assume that for sure. But what I'm saying is, like, I felt bad for the girl. Like, bitch, you could have stood up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, say I don't want to, and I'm not saying she had to be with me. That was the first thing that happened, and that happened as soon as we got there. You know what I mean?
I've never been touched by Babaji before this night. He smacked my ass before. That was the first thing he did that made me like, whoa, whoa. You know, like, why you touching me? I got a whole husband. My man's like, don't touch me. But in my mind, I'm like, it's so uncomfortable in that space that it's hard to actually speak up in moments of discomfort. Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, if I say some shit, they might all jump me. So I'm like, all right. So I go into the bathroom. You know, it's me and like 2 other women in there. I'm taking off my clothes. I'm all naked now. He comes in and he's like, check it. Oh, he looked at me like, ooh. He like what he saw type shit. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting insecure now. Cause I'm like, share the lie. Share it.
I did.
I'm like, I got a whole man's. What you doing in here, you know? And he's like, he's just telling me, you know, get in the bath. So I get in the tub. The whole time I'm in there for at least an hour. He in and out the bathroom. Just in and out the bathroom. Bringing me wine, checking on me. And I'm standing there in the tub naked. This man walks in this time. Every other time he came in, the door was open. This time he closes the door. and he flashes me his penis. Okay? Now that's when I was like, this is too much. Quick flash or what? I mean, it was. Give me the details, nigga. I need to know. Why? Why, nigga? Because this is what the people want. Goddamn it. All right.
Dude, that's your wife, though.
I was like, hey, I seen. Like, how you pulled him up? Well, get it to him. Was it like that? Or was it like, what he did is like, hey, I seen. Pull the motherfucker back.
Is that the husband?
So he pulled it out. I was sitting there. He just pulled it out, and like only halfway. So I didn't see the whole thing. He just showed me. I don't even care if it was a centimeter of penis. I should have seen none of that shit. So he pulled it out. I'm standing there, attention, naked in the bathtub. I'm naked in the bathtub, just looking to the side. So I'm like, this isn't right. Like this is not honorable to me. I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, I have a whole husband downstairs.
Oh, did y'all hear that?
You know, because if it was the other way around and I was not IG and that was my husband, I know that he would have got his ass torn into. So I'm just standing there like, okay, I just really want you to leave right now, you know? I'm very vulnerable in this state I'm in. Just please leave this bathroom. And he keeps coming to me, he keeps talking to me, he keeps telling me what happens between me and you stays between me and you. And I'm just like, please leave me alone. And then my husband comes. As soon as I see my husband, I tell him immediately what happened. Like, I'm not even about to keep a secret. Like, who do you think I am? What kind of character do you think I am? And one of my debilitations is
No,
my
don't
lack
start
of
with
assertiveness, my lack of standing up for myself. So I don't know, like, he's using my weakness against me right now. He really thinks that I'm about to hold this in.
Then you're trying to lift up my direct with your finger, right? And you know how you can lift him up, everybody, and you can lift him up with a finger. You put your finger between her legs and tell me Kennard and all of y'all that y'all didn't see that. Tell me y'all didn't see that. You put your finger between her thighs like you was going to pick her up from there. You want more? This is what you wanted, freaking nature boy? This is what you wanted. You should have shut up and you should have continued going in nature, right? Because you're fucking pissed off 300 grand from dude who you took. Because he gave you 20 grand. He didn't give you 300. He didn't give you 300. You took that shit. How much you got? Well, give me 30. Oh, how much you really got? And you saved your money. That's not honorable. And then you made a pass at his direct that came. Talking about she didn't be with an alpha, not with Key. True or no true? You fake, phony ass motherfucker. Do you want me to tell you more? And Ivy came, and you're going to send her away because she ain't like your little advances? Fucking bitch ass motherfucker. I'm exposing his ass. I wasn't going to do it.
When I fuck with something, I support it 100%. Like, I'm loyal, bro. I'm loyal like that. But once I start seeing flaws, I fall back and I peep game like I'm smart. I'm not no dummy. So I feel like y'all need to hear from somebody who is right there. Who ain't got shit to hide. Who ain't scared to fucking speak the truth. This ain't about hating nobody. This ain't about hating on nobody. This is about speaking facts. This is about breaking spells. Because a lot of people is lost in the motherfucking sauce. You know what I'm saying? And believing that they ain't astrologically set up to think for themselves. And that's some bullshit. And like I said, with the black woman is God shit, that shit is being abused. Because the black woman is only God as long as you're able to control her. As long as you're able to manipulate her into doing exactly what you want her to do. And she can't think for herself. She can't ask questions. She has to do with whatever you say. And that's the only way she's God. Other than that, she's a motherfucking devil. How, Sway? How?
This is for young women to be aware the internet is a dangerous place. And don't think because people get on here and become some magical butterfly looking entity that they not really a devil in the midst. And so, have any women, to your knowledge, whether it be you or any woman over there, ever vocally expressed that they don't want to be with somebody that he's trying to match them up with?
You know what I'm saying? When that stuff happened with Star, you know what I'm saying, he had a meeting with us, like me and the men. You know what I'm saying? He had a meeting with us first, because everything was separate. Like, the men could talk to the women. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do none of that. So he had a meeting with the men. He like, hey, you want to be with Star? He asked all the men, like, who they want to be with. Like, they okay? They was like, oh, yeah, it's all good. He came to me. He like, you want to be with Star? I'm like, nah. I'm like, he's like, you don't want to be with her at all? You ain't peeping nobody? He's like, who you peeping? I'm like, I ain't peeping nobody. Like, I'm here for the knowledge. I'm like, I'm not peeping anybody. I'm here for the knowledge. I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm really in my own box, my own, you know what I'm saying, my own self. I'm just, you know, secluded. I'm isolated. So I'm like, no, I don't want to be with nobody. He like, all right, facts. After the meeting, he said he's going to have a meeting with the women. So he went and had a meeting with the women. I don't know what happened in that meeting. But then after he had a meeting with the women, all of us had a meeting together. And he just kept pushing it. He just kept pushing like, hey, man, you need to be with Star. So I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm finna be with Star then. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it happens with everybody. They feel pressured into this shit. Instead of just
yeah, so I'm like,
natural, he pressures you into the shit.
yeah, facts. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna be with Star then. So me and Star the first night right after the meeting, me and Star met up in the kitchen, and Star know what's up. So shit, I had went to her. I was like, hey man, I ain't that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, man. I really don't even want to do this shit. Let's go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying? Just try to learn each other. You know what I'm saying? Have a good relationship. You know what I'm saying, with each other.
It's expressed all the time. It's not like the women go over there silently. They like, oh no, I don't want to do that. He will threaten you to leave.
You telling me to listen to her? Like, for what? I'm a man. She came into my world. She's in my world. This is my world. It's my way to the highway. She know the rules here. What are you talking about?
You got to figure it out. A lot of people are there being taken care of. They're being taken care of for the most part. So they didn't receive it back home. So they'll just go along with it because they don't want to leave. Or this is the first place that's accepted them. So they just kind of go along. They go with the flow. Like, okay, I don't want to leave. So he's literally threatened Aya. He's threatened Tron. He's threatened Eferu. He's threatened damn near everyone there. If you don't go into that relationship, you have to get the fuck out.
Wow.
Or he'll be like for example with Aya and Tron, like, you know, once he gets his rocks off with her, he'll go to Tron behind the scenes and be like, I don't want her. I really don't want her. Like, can you just take her off my hands? Like, just, and Tron's like, nah, I don't want to do that. But he's like, you got to get the fuck out if you don't. I'm your chief.
Wow. So it's a sex cult, like I've been saying, and that is a form, and I'm not saying you said it, I'm going to say it. That is a form of sexual abuse. I don't care what nobody's talking about. That is a form of sexual abuse. And I want to say this before we continue, right? To a lot of y'all that's watching, this is entertainment to y'all. This is not entertainment. This is real life. And it's sad that it's entertainment to y'all because black women are the ones being subjugated. Because, and I'm going to say this, when that white woman went over there from Canada, damn near the whole Canada brought their ass over there to get her. But you got women that's black being sexually abused so that a narcissist could get his rocks off. The nigga I got him to admit to me he was mentally ill. He was in a damn mental health institute. And this is entertainment to y'all because it's our women. And so the reason I'm doing this interview is not for entertainment, but for young women who may be watching this nigga to some way stumble across this interview and say, I'm not taking my ass over there.
Like I said, I ain't no motherfucking hater. I don't care what you do with this information. All I know is I gotta speak the truth. And I'm the only one that's gonna fucking do it.